guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun wide trip sweep. Pros X go. On one. Ready?
Right.
What's going on, everyone? ANCAP24 here from HuddleGG. Today's video, we're going to talk about a route concept that is really popular in Madden 25. A lot of pros use it. A lot of people will base some of their plays off of this route combination. And I'm going to show you one specifically out of the Falcons playbook in our latest game plan that we did with pro player Astro. If you guys are not familiar with Astro, he's one of the top Madden players in the world. He's one of the top offensive players in the world. He made a live event this year using this Falcons offense that he put on our website, and he's been one that's already locked for Madden Bowl. Basically, the Madden Bowl is for the top 13 to 14 players in the world, and they basically are able to it's kind of like their last tournament of where the most money was. And Astro's been part of the Madden Bowl the last 3 years, maybe even 4 years. He's been a top player for, since he hit the scene. And this is why you really want to, kind of look at that and see how he runs his offense. So we're going to talk about the route combination and the cheat flat X post. Now, before I get to this, I'm going to show you that this does have auto motion. And I'm going to show you a trick at the end of this video that is going to make this even better. So make sure that you go ahead and stick around for that, okay? So the route combination I really want to talk about is using these return routes. See this Y route? It's a route that goes out and then breaks in. You have a couple different ways that you can utilize those routes, and I'm going to show you the main two ways that you want to when you have a play like this. The way it is that if you go ahead and take a route like this A route, right, and we do the auto motion, he goes to the outside, what you're basically doing is making this player right here have to basically cover two players at the time of it, right? So if he's in any like hard flats, he's going to come over this way and he's going to cover the flat, but it's going to open up the return route in the middle, right where when he breaks, right? If he goes ahead and he stays with the return route, you're going to see how the A is going to get open to the flat. And I'm going to show you that first. So say they're playing any type of flats that don't have any zone drops on them or aren't hard flats. What you're going to see is that we're going to put the running back on a flat, put the X on a streak, okay? So the first thing we're going to show you here is that we're just going to look at the combination of the A and the Y. The A is going to go into motion. You're going to see that the guy's going to kind of basically play that Y. You hit this guy on the flat, and it's going to make them have to play either zone drops or hard flats, right? So that's part of the things when you go ahead and scheme up. You want to put routes on the field that make people have to adjust their defense in order to stop it. Well, if they have to do that, they're playing, say, underneath coverage, now what that's going to open up, and let's say this is the user right here, right? It's going to open up the ability for us to make them cover the A, but now as a user, they have to cover the Y, which is the return route underneath, but also the B that goes behind it, right? So if you look at this and just say that this player here, Whitehead, is going to stay with the underneath player, right? He's going to stay with the return route that's from the Y receiver. What's going to end up happening here, let me just get off of him so we can show it. He's going to basically have to stay underneath. Now the B is going to get open across the field, and it's just one of those high-lows that's really hard for somebody to stop. And that is a big preface of what goes on in designing plays, is you got to look at the user. How do I get him to have to play up or down or take the opposite one? And that's really a tough thing. Now another route combination that I'm going to do is I'm going to put this A on a drag, and I'm going to motion over this way, okay? And what this does is it gives us the opportunity, and what we're going to do is we're going to take the running back and block them, that they have to worry about the A going across and then the Y coming around. So if the A goes across, you hit him right away and you get underneath, it's going to make the user have to basically go ahead and defend that, right? Now, if the Y basically is that second player, if they come after the A, then basically the Y is going to get open. So what you're doing again is you're putting the user in conflict, and you're using these return routes as a way to basically go ahead and make the user have to choose one, and then you always have that backside player behind it, right? So I wanted to kind of show you why these return routes are so good, why a lot of pro players use them, why Astro uses them, and a couple different things. Now, you can also use this A route as an underneath route, where you can do this where you put the Y on a streak and the X on a comeback, right? And what you're going to see is now he's going to be the ability to, where he goes underneath it, he's going to have that same thing that we talked about before. We can throw it over here, catch this. If they're playing underneath, right, routes, and a lot of times when he's going to do this, he's going to do this on the left hash mark because you want that streak basically by the Y to get the outside player. But say they are playing underneath coverage, now he's going to have the high-low between not only the B and the A, but also the X and the A, right? So the A goes over here, and they're playing, underneath coverage. Now you're going to see that he's going to wait for this comeback. Unfortunately, we got hit there, but you can see how the comeback is going to get open by just doing this route combination, right? So we'll do it again just so you can see it. But you can see here that you're going to have this A go over here. And now you got the ability to go ahead and hit that A if he's not open. Now we're going to hit this X, and you got yourself an easy high-low over there with the user having to worry about the post. You can kind of see how you scheme things together. Now, I did promise you in the video that I was going to show you a trick that makes this even better, okay? And that's what I'm going to do here. Now, when you look at this A, I'm just going to show you this, the original setup that we did, right? Where we're going to be looking at the A. I want you to just get a mental image of how fast he goes over there, right? He's going to drop step, he's going to kind of slowly jog, and then he goes over there and he throws it, right? Well, when he does that slow jog, what ends up happening is anyone that's talented enough on the defensive side, can kind of make some adjustments to maybe manning that guy up, changing their defense, because once they go in motion, they got about a second or two to kind of figure that out and do it. What if I told you we can get that guy to do a speed run? And all you've got to do is start off in a different formation. So let's just start off in bunch, okay? And we'll call any play in bunch, just to make sure that we go and we have this play in our audibles, which we do, right? And then we're gonna go ahead here and do any play in bunch. And that way, you'll see here that we've got the ability to kind of show you this. And you wanna start your bunch basically to the short side of the field, right? Now I'm gonna audible to the cheat flat X post. And what happens is when you do this audible, right? And I can do the same setup here if I wanted to, right? This A is now going to do a speed throw. And you can see how because of that speed, you're really going to make it tough for your opponent to adjust on the fly. This is kind of just a little type of tip that Asher gave us when it comes to, basically differentiating himself from, some of the people that run this play without doing that. That little ability to do so will change the way that your opponent can basically change on the fly. You see how he speeds out there? Now, because of that, we're going to be able to basically take them and kind of get them off guard. So that's with any of these motions, right? We can do this with any of these plays that have the motion, right? If we go ahead and we do the cheat slash wheel, it's not just that play, it's any of these plays. So if you have any of these cheat motions in your playbook, just know that if you audible from one to the other, check it out. It might be exactly the same way, right? I'm just going to, call this play to call up. But you see how we speed over there? Now he's going to go up the field. And what you're going to see here is that you just got a little bit more of a distraction or a little bit more of an advantage when people can't change their plays. So definitely wanted to show you that, just a little bit of route combinations that he showed us. If you're interested in learning more about the game plan, definitely head over to our website at HuddleGG. It's $9.95 for all of our game plans on the website. It unlocks them all, so you have this included, plus anything else that we've done in the past, whether it's Madden 25 or Madden 24, 23, all the years that we've been doing content, you'll be able to have a full library for $9.95, access for a full month. Best deal in the tip business. And we appreciate you guys checking us out, and we'll definitely be here for the next video. We'll see you guys then.